Alright, so now we're going to work on the what's opposite of what we call exponents, right? And the opposite of, say, a square is a square root. Okay? So, for example, if I give the number, or this square root of, let's see, 4, okay? Now, I'll already tell you that the answer will be 2, okay? But, alright, this is very important. Well, how do we get to that 2? So the first thing we have to do here is we have to, alright, find the factors of 4. So how do we factor that out? Well, if we do a factor tree, 4, what can we reduce that down to? 2 times 2, right? Or 2 squared. So that should equal square root of 2 squared, right? Alright. Now before we were doing what you call it, a multiplication of powers and stuff. So I think if we do it this way, this should look much more clear. A square root, okay? So a square root, alright, let's say of x is also equal to x to the 1/2 power. Okay? So this is by definition what it means. A square root of x is equal to x to the 1/2 power. So in other words, if we had the square root of 2, that's equal to 2 times 1/2 power. Okay? So that means in this case, we have square root of 2 squared, that's equal to 2 squared times to the 1/2 power. Okay? Now if you remember in the previous video, okay, what we do here is if we have, alright, exponents within exponents, right? We multiply these out. So what is 2 times 2 to the 2 times 1/2? Well, let's do that. So 2 times 1/2 is equal to, the 2's cancel out, so it's just equal to 2 to the 1 power, which is equal to 2. So we get the answer, right? 2, 2. So what you do is pretty much, to do this process, we find the factors, what's inside here, alright? And then we can multiply that, or take that to the 1/2 power, alright? Or another thing that you can do, alright, if this is kind of complicated, what you do here is you factorize the inside part, okay? You factorize the inside part, and then whatever you get for the powers, you just divide everything by 2. So 2 squared, alright, so if you divide this power, 2 divided by 2, you get 1, and then you get the answer. Alright, let's try another problem. For example, let's try a square root of 36. So what are the factors of 36? So we have, say, how about 4 times 9? Alright, can we reduce that? Yes, we can. 4 turns to 2 times 2. 9 turns to 3 times 3. So we have the square root of 2 squared, right, times 3 squared. Okay? Alright, so now what we can do is we can divide, alright, each of these exponents by 2, right? So what do you get? So what's 2 divided by 2? We get 2 to the 1 power, because 2 divided by 2 is 1, times 3, alright? Now 3 to second power, now we divide the 2 divided by 2 is to the 1 power. Okay? So we have 2 to the 1 power times 3 to the 1 power, which is just 2 times 3, which is equal to 6. So that's how you would go about solving this. Or another way is 36 squared 36 is also equal to square root of 6 squared, right? Because 36 is 6 times 6. And to make it a little easier, alright, 6 squared, right, the square root of that, we divide the 2 by 2, so you get 1, so it equals 6 to the 1 power, which is equal to 6. Let's try a couple more. Alright, now let's try, how about some fractions, square root fractions? We can have those. So let's say we have the square root of 81 over 121. Alright, so how would we go about solving this? Well, whenever you have, alright, a whole square root and within a fraction, right? What you do is you can separate both the denominator and numerator to two square roots. Like this, square root of 81, divide that by the square root of 121. So now you can just work on these separately. So square root of 81 is going to be square root of 9 squared, right? Because 81 is 9 times 9. Alright, divide that by the square root of 121. Now let's see, what would the factors of 121 be? Well, for time's sake, it's going to be 11 squared, okay? Because 11 times 11 is equal to 121. Alright, so we have square root of 9 squared over square root of 11 squared. So since this is 9 squared, we can divide 2 from 2. So we get 9 to the 1 power. Alright, and then the bottom part, right here, 11 squared, we can divide that by 2. And then we get 11 to the 1 power. So it equals 9/11. Let's try one more. Actually, let's not try. But it's not too hard. So if you have a fraction, you can just separate them, denominator and numerator, into two different roots, right? Or rational roots. And then work them out like so. And it's not too hard.